Yep, if you read the title, or if you see my previous commentary on Round 7, Part 2 of 3, that it's my stopping point, I'm finally gone back to make a commentary on Disney versus non-Disney villains, Part 3. And I'll be starting at Round 1A. That's literally what it says, Round 1A. So we're going through alphabetical orders, I see. And also, just a bit of a spoiler for you guys, I'm not going to commentate on the Doomsday or Armageddon or any of that stuff, because I think you guys might get the whole thing for your own. So yeah, just say, so Part 3 will be the final part, sort of, just this whole thing, where it'll be where no more commentaries on this stuff, so it's just gonna be Disney versus non-Disney villains Part 3 to commentate. So let's get this going. So we start off with the prologue. We see Oberon is transporting himself to the live-action universe, and he becomes this version of Oberon from a 90s movie of A Midsummer's Night Dream, where instead of ancient Greece, it takes place in a Victorian era. Okay, I'll leave the link down below, so you guys might watch it for your own, and yeah, I don't get the changing of the settings either. I get it's like their own different versions and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, A Midsummer Night's Dream in a Shakespeare story takes place in, like, Greece. Why not set it in Greece? I'm not complaining or anything in different eras. I'm just saying. I mean, it's just, to me, it's kind of weird to put it in, like, any different eras or in the modern era. It's just kind of, I don't know. I'll leave the link down below to Overly Sarcastic Productions on that. So, yeah, we see Oberon is entered in the live-action universe, and he recruits Skeletor. Hold on.
Ailment by moonlight. I demand the destitution, shame, and loneliness of scorn. It is my destiny. It is my right. Nothing will deter me from it.
And Oberon transports himself along with Skeletor back to the hand-drawn realm, and for some reason gives him a different style, a different form. Yeah, that's the version of Skeletor again from the 90s reboot of He-Man called The New Adventures of He-Man, or as I would call the He-Man in space. Now hold on.
Skeletor, I brought you back to this dimension to make a deal. The Crystal of Darkness is missing. I require an able sorcerer to locate it in the furthest reaches of space. I've healed your injuries, but your magic is not as strong as it once was.
And yeah, along with you change his entire design.
Recover the crystal for me, and I shall restore you to your former glory.
So he just wants Skeletor to find the Crystal of Darkness that's somewhere in outer space. I see.
It's almost enough to make even me smile. I think I will smile.
I think that's supposed to be one of Skeletor's men in the original series, but I guess in this one, when he got back to the hand-drawn realm by Oberon, so these guys are probably one of Oberon's guards in this series. Well, I mean,
did I tell you to smile? You don't breathe unless I tell you to. In fact, stop breathing.
why are you taking orders from him?
Has a nice beat, don't you think? Just to show you what a good mood I'm in, you may breathe.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be one of Skeletor's guards in the original He-Man series of The New Adventures of He-Man. But in this series, those guys worked for Oberon, so why are they taking orders from him? You know, don't breathe. Okay, now breathe. Yeah, Skeletor is kind of more of a comedic in that version. That version of Skeletor is very comedic, isn't he? Despite that Skeletor in a different form. Transformation. I guess Oberon just gave him a sense of humor, I guess. Okay, now we see the spirit realm where Vaatu watches over, and that'd be where Shendu is at after his, supposed death, where he's now a ghost or a spirit. And even his siblings are in the spirit realm. Why not the nether realm or the netherworld? Hold on. Woo! Yep, they're his siblings. Although I would question why he does look like a frog kind of thing. Seriously, don't people think he does look like a very demonic frog? Yeah. So, yeah, even though we get the whole thing from Jackie Chan Adventures that Shendu is like the most powerful, intimidating, and threatening villain of Demon Sorcerer Dragon, well, in Season 2, it's kind of revealed that he's not as powerful as his siblings are. His siblings are, like, more powerful than him, I guess. Yeesh, that demon mountain lady that likes to eat people. Out of all of them, she does kind of creep me out a little bit. Mainly because she likes to eat people. Well, I know in the series that she makes people into slaves so she can eat these weird, disgusting, giant worm things. Ugh. Guess she's a gluttonous glute.
Your rescue was in the planning stages, but I became imprisoned in a statue.
Yeah, they're all mad at him for him wanting to rule China all for himself while his siblings are in the spirit realm. Well, I can see why they'd be ticked off at him for that. Yeah, that dude is a thunder demon. And he's supposed to be like a sky demon. Poor Shendu. And Vatu notices Mirage and Mumra are in the spirit realm.
Mirage and Mumra intruding in my domain.
73 Windman voicing Vatu.
Such arrogance. An example will have to be made.
And then we see Cobra Commander rises again and he recruits some soldiers. Hold on. Baron, no wait. That'd be Destro he's talking about. Demona, he means.
But from the ashes of defeat, I have risen. Our high command may be shattered, our resources may be gone, but we shall have our revenge.
Hold on. Oh, not yet.
Cobra, we are going to take back what we have lost, and when we have
Also, I'm finally watching G.I. Joe Renegade, so finally!
finished, nothing shall stand against us.
Okay, now for the first fight, we get Cobra Commander versus Dr. Dementor. So, Cobra Commander, along with the Dreadnoks, the Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch, launches an attack on Ket Mansley's prison that is in charge by Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Dementor? Huh. So they're trying to free Zartan. That's one of Cobra's loyalists, I think. That's Zartan. I mean, shouldn't Dr. Robotnik be still ruling Robotropolis? I'm just saying. Or is he just here just to help Dr. Dementor? And interesting, we go from the anime sort of thing, kind of looks like the Boondocks, of Cobra Commander into the 80s cartoon G.I. Joe. Interesting switching. Well, looks like they freed Zartan. Or Zartan. Now he's going all fire, you son of a... all Tommy Gun on them. Looks like Cobra Commander wins. Yeah, keep on shooting, boys. Now they're getting away. So again, it's interesting they switched that G.I. Joe animated film to the 80s version. It was like Dr. Robotnik's really ticked. And now for the next fight is Mirage versus Vaatu. So we see Mirage in the spirit realm after her defeat, fighting against Mum Ra, that is. Vaatu shows up. First she dealt with Mum Ra, and now she's dealing with Vaatu, the spirit of darkness and chaos. Hold on, let me read the description again. Angered by her intrusion into the spirit realm. So I guess Vaatu doesn't like trespassers, I guess. Looks like he just grew a hand. And looks like Mum Ra shows up out of nowhere and decides to save her. For some reason. And they both run away. Now he's a raven. Hey, where's Scar in all of this? That's my question. He's in the spirit realm. Okay, now for the next fight is Governor Ratcliffe, Gaston and Hook versus Father Anderson. Aha! So Ratcliffe leads Gaston and Hook into the Palace of Justice, just to bring him back to Frollo, until they run into Father Alexander Anderson from Hellsing Ultimate. Oh, now this should be interesting.
Servants of God and the messengers of his justice.
Yeah, this whole speech he's doing. Or technically quoting from the Bible. So, even though I hate Enrico Maxwell, and it is interesting that he's wanting revenge on Frollo for killing his mother, since he was a young kid, I do like Anderson more, better than Maxwell. Huh. Man, Radcliffe, you're good at shooting. Hold on.
I so would prefer to see you hang.
Well, he's down, but he's not out. Not a wound. Huh. Now it's Gaston's turn. No one shoots anime villains like Gaston. Just thought I'd make a joke for that. It's about time we get some anime villains other than Digimon. Not I'm complaining. I like Digimon being in there. Yeah, even Fullmetal Alchemist finally got to be in there, so now we get to see anime villains in this series. Oh look, Frollo's here, along with his guards. I guess it's time for him to scramoose. He's like, see it, chumps? Doing the quote from Bully McGuire. You know, that meme. And now it's the Gain War. That's literally what it's called in the description fight. The Gain War. So we see each criminal allies, like leaders, Carface, Negaduck, Valmont, and Caterwall, are decided to make truce. Oh yeah, and Don Carnage, almost forgot. You know, make a peace treaty, kind of truce. Until the Technodrome, led by, controlled by Crane and Shredder, Rising, going to take over San Francisco. Although I will admit something from the Technodrome. I never thought I'd finally get to say something, but the Technodrome is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It looks like a giant miniature golf ball on wheels, with an eyeball on top. Can no one find that silly? Even the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons that had a crossover with the 80s Turtles often look at how silly it is. Even Raphael kind of says it, like, a giant miniature golf ball on wheels? Even the 2012 TMNT went all, that's the Technodrome? A ridiculous looking one, even by Dimension X standards. Although that Crane asks Shredder for help. I think I should stop right here. So see you guys in the next part of this commentary.